In this video, we're going to show you how to replace a front ball joint on your Scion XB. This is going to be located behind the front wheel. Let's get started. Remove the hubcap. Using a 21mm socket, remove the 5 lug nuts. Remove the wheel. Using a 32mm socket, we're going to remove our axle nut. Push on the axle, make sure it moves freely inside of the knuckle and the hub. If it does not, go ahead and use a small chisel and a hammer and go ahead and tap it until you're able to freely move it. On the lower ball joint, we're going to open up the cotter pin. Just using a flat blade screwdriver and a pair of pliers. Bend those tabs mostly straight. Then I'm going to use a pair of angle cutters. Remove the cotter pin from the ball joint nut. Using a 19mm wrench, we're going to get on the ball joint nut. Break the nut free. Remove the nut. Using a large hammer, we're going to tap on the bottom of the knuckle to separate the ball joint from the knuckle. Using a pry bar, I'm going to get in between the control arm and the sway bar, and I'm going to pull down. When I pull down, it's going to separate from the knuckle. Push the knuckle up and off to the side and get your pry bar out. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to remove the 2 nuts and 1 bolt for our lower ball joint. Loosen and remove all of the nuts and bolts. We're unable to remove this nut because our stud is spinning in the ball joint, so we're going to use a cutoff tool and we're going to cut off the nut, and I'll use the air hammer to split the nut. Remove the ball joint. Install the new ball joint. Get both of the nuts started. And get the bolt started. Torque the ball joint nuts and bolt to 66 foot-pounds. We're going to pull our knuckle assembly out. Get our axle in place. Get it lined up in the hub. Pull down on your control arm. Line up the knuckle with the ball joint. Get the ball joint installed into the knuckle. Get the ball joint nut started by hand. Torque this to 98 foot-pounds and then an additional 60 degrees or until the cotter pin can slide through the eye and a slot in the nut. If you can't get a torque wrench on it, do the best you can. Install the cotter pin and bend it up over itself. Install the axle nut. Get it started by hand and snug it down. Using a pry bar, we're going to hold the hub. We're going to torque our axle nut to 159 foot-pounds. Using a chisel and a hammer, we're going to stake our axle nut so it can't back out on us. Install the wheel, get all the lug nuts started. Snug them down. Torque the wheels in a star pattern to 79 foot-pounds. Install the hubcap and you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.